Hello, welcome to the introduction to Glowforge. So I'm going to take you right to this site. You're just going to type in glowforge.com, and that's going to take you to a screen that probably looks like this. If you've already done a workshop with me, you should already have Creation Studio set in there. If you haven't, it's right on the page where you found the link to this video. So click Settings, and then what you're looking for is this symbol right here that will take you to the dashboard. So I'm going to click that. And this takes you to the dashboard. So these are some of the projects that people have been working on with the Glowforge. And you can browse those at any time. You can click View All and look at all of them. Some have been done by students, some have been done by staff. So for the purposes of this, we're going to click Create and then New Blank Design. And this takes us to the design page. And just a note, you can work on this at home and save it. If you save your project and then when you come in, you can do the print. You don't have to be in the studio in order to design something. So we have two rows of tools here. This right here is our design page symbol, and we just click that to go back to the dashboard. Here's the dashboard as well. Catalog and shop, that's where you can shop on Glowforge, and you can actually buy projects that have already been done and just upload them to your account. Community is where there's questions that people have asked of Glowforge with the answers, and then support will put you in contact right with Glowforge. It does take a little while if you ask a question for them to get back to you. And this right here is our Glowforge, and that's already connected to this account. So the second line here, we have our materials. Right now it's unknown, but you can pull that. If you click that, you get a list of materials that have been used recently in there. I like to use the thin maple veneer for anything I buy at the dollar store. I use that. So you'd click that, and then when it comes up with the material here, that means that the settings are already set for you. If you have something that's not proofread or that you can find close enough to it, you can use uncertified material, and you just have to measure it. This is a little, touch and go. You have to really practice with this, have extras of whatever you're gonna engrave or cut, because it might not, it's really, you have to try it to see if you like the cut or if it's right for that material. All right, so this is, you can zoom into the screen, you can have it closer if you need to, if you're doing something very detailed. Usually it's set at 100%, but you can always move it. The select is what we're using right now. The pan, if you click on that, you can move the screen around. You got the undo buttons here and the redo. The plus is your artwork. And there's a search here. You can search for anything that we have. We do have a subscription. So any artwork here you can use. You can also upload artwork right here. And it takes SVG files. So if you wanted to buy them from Etsy, you could. You can also design your own SVGs. And those are different videos that I have. Trace is another function. You can put something in the bed of the Glowforge. The camera will project it onto your design page, and then you can have it traced. This could be artwork. It could be an old recipe that you found, and that's another video as well. This is your shapes here. And T is for text. And you can type in your text here. These are your fonts. If you click that, this is actually a new upgrade, which is kind of exciting. You can choose from different kinds of fonts here. And you can also do the size here, the alignment. This is a new feature as well. The style, you can do it in a circle, do a gentle arc. There's a couple of different things. This wasn't here earlier this summer, so this is kind of exciting that you can do that. All right, I'm going to show you we're going to insert a picture and show you some more tools that it has. All right, so put a flower in here. And you notice it has one big box to move the whole thing, but then it has two other boxes, and that is because this little leaf can be moved. And some of the images or pictures that you'll find on there do have those different components. But if I highlight them all together, this little toolbar pops up. So this one is an outline, and if you click that, you can create an outline of your flower. So this is kind of important if you wanted to do a cut, and it automatically did the cut for you. A cut of the flower and then engrave the flower inside of it. You can do that. Over here you have a flip vertically, and then you can do it horizontally as well, and you can use these with text as well. There's a puzzle maker, so if you click that, create a puzzle, it'll create a puzzle out of that picture. And so what it will do is cut all of these things, but it's also going to engrave as well. And then there's a stamp maker as well. So it will create a stamp that you can use with ink or paint. All right, over here, now that we have a project on here, this will show up. So I'm going to click my flower. These are the functions that the Glowforge can do. So it can engrave, and there's a little sign in the studio that shows you what each of these look like. So it can engrave, it can cut, or it can score. And score is like an outline of whatever it is you're doing. And you can also ignore it. Say you're doing a second cut through and you just want to ignore one of the features because you already have that, you just click that. Something else I wanted to show you down here. These things have already been loaded in. This was uncertified material, like for example, the rock. These settings are already loaded in for you. So if I was actually doing this tulip on a rock, I would hit rock, and the settings are already done for me. And that saves me time that I don't have to try to figure out what settings are best for a rock. Some of these other things here, I think they went on certain things, but at the time when we were playing around with it, we did not title it correctly, I guess I should say. All right, so that's the intro to Glowforge design page. Really, you just got to get in there and play around with it, see what you like, print or cut off a couple of different things, and just really play around with it. Good luck.